City. They call me Sally because they couldn't say my name. A lot of things changed around here. But my question is, with the Dream and Promise Act in 2019, it's just in March it came out. It's a lot of things that are being focused on. And it only doesn't cover just DACA people, okay? But it also the deferred enforced deportation, and also the temporary protected status. And we have a lot of people in that, and still here in Iowa.
Right.
And so some of the things when I got the question, I went around and asked people, what do you think of this? And the first reaction that I got about this was that it was taking away jobs for all these people that are here that are undocumented, and they're the refugees that are brought into our country. And then the other thing was that a population explosion that we have in this country, that our country cannot support all these people. So what is your response to that? Of these people that are saying these things, that we don't need these people here.
We need people here. We need to grow. My community, if we got responsible, able-bodied people on a path to citizenship, send them to South Bend, because we're trying to grow our community. And job growth and population growth go hand in hand. So, there's a political strategy that's clearly been adopted by the president to try to divide us around the issue of immigration. And I get it. Look, it appeals to a certain sense that I think all of us share, that there should be a process for these things. My father is an immigrant. He went through this process. He arrived in the country as a student. He became an American citizen. But we can't expect that process to work if we're not willing to fix it. Now, when it comes to what we ought to do in immigration policy, I think most Americans actually broadly agree on what to do. We need a pathway to citizenship. We need temporary protected status and protections for dreamers. We need to improve our lawful immigration processes that are bureaucratic and that are backlogged. And we need to do whatever's appropriate and necessary on border security. I think we can agree on all that. If leadership has to do with taking a divisive issue and bringing people together around it, and I guess the opposite of leadership is when you have a consensus issue and dividing people around it, which is what's being done right now out of the White House. And it's unfortunate because we know, despite what they say about us here in the heartland, we know how much our communities benefit from the growth that happens through immigration. Of course we want it to be through a lawful, orderly process, but we got to fix the process or it's never going to work. Now, the Senate passed comprehensive immigration reform, and it died in the House. So it's another example of Washington being broken. But I think with presidential leadership, we can get it done. And we're going to have to, because our economy and the trajectory of this country depend on it. But if somebody thinks America's full, I can tell you my community in Indiana isn't full. We were built for 130,000 people, and we only got 100 now. So I got enough fire stations and roads and police officers and water capacity to take 30,000 more people, and I could use 30,000 more taxpayers to help us fund it.